President Cyril Ramaphosa signed the NHI bill into law in May last year. The move has sparked anger amongst some medical schemes and private practitioners. Many have now turned to the courts. Ramaphosa and his health minister, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, are cited as respondents in the NHI case. Lawyers representing the state have argued jurisdiction. This is the legal challenge is based on constitutionality. But this was countered by the legal counsel for the South African Private Practitioners Forum, Advocate Max du Plessis SC.
It is this court that has a review power and a duty under Section 172 to assess whether conduct of the President is in conformity with the Constitution, including the legality principle. I don't ask for the record because the record's a nice thing to have. I ask for the record because I'm entitled, as is you, my Lord, particularly as is you, when you have to scrutinize the President's conduct, to know what went on in that room when the President made that decision. What was the process that was involved? What were the considerations in place?
Section 33 states that once the Act is fully operational, medical schemes won't be allowed to cover benefits that are paid for by the fund. Kosatu Zanele Sabela says the universal access to healthcare should happen as a matter of urgency. The Labour Federation staged a picket outside court in support of the President and the Health Minister.
Inequality in this country is one of the worst in the world, and so that tends to continue. And you see that in the healthcare system, in that half of the budget services 16% of the population, while the other 84% is actually supposed to do with the other 50%. And so you see that effectively when you go to a private hospital, you're treated like you are in a hotel. You know, there's a bed, there's two beds on either side of you, and you know, you're waited on hand on foot. But when you go to the private sector, to the public sector, there are long queues, things don't happen right, people are complaining, there aren't enough beds, people are giving birth on the floor.
But Senior Counsel du Plessis, representing the private practitioners, told the court that the Act in its current nature is flawed, challenging Section 84 of the Constitution that speaks of the President's powers.
We say, my Lord, clearly that power, properly understood, is a scrutiny check. The President must ask himself when the bill comes to him, I've got this power, what do I do? Do I sign it into law, or are there constitutional concerns that suggest I should send it back? And we say, as I've already highlighted, there were those concerns flashing red for him. Then the question is, did the President properly exercise his power? And what are the obligations upon him, my Lord, when he does so? We say that the exercise of the power in this case under 79 and 84 is really coupled with a duty by the President to scrutinize for constitutionality. He's got to scan for constitutionality and be concerned if there are red lights flashing, as I've said.
The SACP was also outside picketing. The party says their support is for the millions of South Africans looking to the process for relief. They vow to intensify their demonstrations.
We will be to the streets. We will take the battles politically to the doorsteps of Busa, to the doorsteps of Discovery, to the doorsteps of all the medical aids who are benefiting from this inequitable healthcare in our country. We will be taking the war to them.
Following a power cut, the hearings were moved to a virtual platform with Judge Twala reserving judgment in the matter. Katlego Logodi, SABC News in Pretoria.